kitties! Today I really want to talk about Monster High, but I'm gonna give you more commentary on some of the couples. But in this case, in this video, I'm gonna focus more on the couple Gil and Laguna Blue. Let me tell you something. This couple is the most toxic and just the most complicated in the fandom, and it I think it's a good thing that they show the other side of the coin when it comes to dating interracially, because the majority of the couples in this series is really like the majority are interracial, and the majority are doing good. They're dating, you know, they're good. Even despite their differences, they're Gucci. But in this case, Gil and Laguna, they are always in trouble every time you see them together on screen. Side note, for those people who don't know what Monster High is a franchise. It's a doll franchise created by Mattel. They also made webisodes and movies. It became really popular. It first started out in 2010s, and I think it ended in 2018. So they're very, very popular. I really love the dolls. I love the movies. They were really, really good. I don't know. I personally like them a lot. There's always something going on, and it was the major reason that they had a problem in their relationship was that their Gil's parents didn't like Laguna because of her race and where she comes from. And it's like something so easy to fix, in my opinion. Don't date her. That's the way that I would deal with. But this is teenager love, okay? It's a different kind of love. They would make the possible, like the impossible, possible, okay? But this is the thing with Gil. And I think this is why people don't like Gil, is because Gil doesn't have a backbone at all. This Gil, he wanted the best of both worlds. And I'm like, honey, you're not Hannah Montana. So cut the crap, in my opinion. I'm like, you is not Hannah Montana, okay? You gotta decide what you wanna do. And I think the best choice for him was to not date Laguna. And I hope that Monster High now, because there's gonna be new series, a movie and everything. I hope that they do change these dynamics, because I really don't want to see Laguna dating Gil anymore. I really hope for her to go out and find someone who actually cares about her, because Gil, he has good intentions, but it's just like I cannot be with someone who is constantly having arguments with a family about you. Like, imagine that. Imagine marrying someone like this and having a mother-in-law or a father-in-law who don't like you, who don't like your kind, who don't like nothing of you, okay? I would have not allowed that. It would be like a horror show for me. No, if you marry someone, you want to marry someone who loves you and be in a family that also loves you. Of course, it's gonna be complicated in a bit. You know, you're gonna have problems with some people, but overall, it's a good thing. Like, it's tolerable. You know, you can work with those things, but you cannot work with someone who's just racist and don't care to consider you as a human. No way, no how. And it's just like, what are you doing? In my opinion, like Gil had a bunch of times, he had a lot of situations where he could have just stand up for his parents. I think he only does it like once or twice in the series, I think in the webisodes and in the movies. In the movies, he also shows kind of like those racist ass ideas that his family has installed in him, because of course he grew up with them. So he probably has those same thoughts about Laguna and Laguna's race and culture. And he has mentioned them before. He's kind of like, Gil is a very dangerous character, because he's like those people in real life who silently agree with the ideas of others who are racist or have like very horrific opinions about other people. They are very silent about it. They may say they're your friends and they're allies, but they silently agree with the other side, in my opinion. And that's the most dangerous thing you could ever have. Also, another thing that I wanted to mention about Gil is that he's that type of dude in real life who dates a person, and not even a dude, but just any person, like, and I'm just gonna say white people just in case, like a white person who, to spite the family who is well known racist, like they're very racist, they want to date the opposite, like they want to date a black person just to spite the family members. And it's just like that's just a very dangerous thing to do. And even though Gil doesn't mention that he doesn't have these malicious thoughts or malicious like intent, it kind of comes off that way sometimes when the family fights him, when the family tells him you shouldn't date Laguna, it just makes him want to date her more, out of spite, in my opinion. Even though he has love for Laguna, it just seems like at this point it seems like it's just more out of spite rather than love. And I just really wish that Gil and Laguna just cut the crap and just break up and just move on with their lives, cuz they honestly need to do that. Laguna is just, her whole confidence in herself just went down the drain when she started dating Gil. Every time she became so insecure, she became jealous, she became controlling, because she doesn't know, she doesn't trust Gil. Gil is also, he has a lot of faults as well, because Gil, he started lying to Laguna, he started lying to his family as well, trying to keep the peace. You know, he's trying to be like Hannah Montana. He's trying to have two lives at once, and you can't do that. At one point, the other life is gonna know. It's gonna be harder to. It's just gonna keep being hard to balance those out and do two things at the same time. You gotta do one step at a time. And if the family doesn't like them, you should either have a backbone and tell them that suck it up, or you break up with her and find someone who is more to your liking and to your family. Because at the end of the day, you don't have to please your family members. That's another thing. I'm like, you don't have to please your family members because you're not dating. Your family is not dating your partner. You are dating your partner. So it's what you like. But again, he doesn't say anything. He just defends her at some points, and he allows his family to keep butting into his relationship. Yes, they're minors, but I'm pretty sure that if this keeps on going after Monster High, after they graduate, I'm pretty sure Gil's gonna move out and leave his family for good. If he really loves Laguna, in my opinion, he just might leave and never come back, never to return, because I'm pretty sure that Laguna's family, they love Gil. I'm pretty sure they love him. He seems like a chill guy. It's just like his family members, and it's just like you could have another family. Family isn't always blood. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what would happen, honestly. And again, I already mentioned like both characters' problem. There's been a lot of like every time Laguna fucks up is because she doesn't trust Gil. And again, it all comes back to Gil because Gil kept lying to her when they started dating. He lied to her, and it's just like you ain't shit, Gil. When relationships start with lies, it's never good. It's never gonna end up a good thing. And the fact that Laguna was insecure about a 14-year-old, I'm like, ma'am, like, she's a minor. And although she's also a minor, it's just like, girl, do you think an 18-year-old is gonna date a 14-year-old? I don't think so. Maybe in real life, because there's weirdos like that. But I don't think Gil would date 14-year-old Lorena. Her name's not Lorena, it's Lorna. Lorna. Like, girl, she was dealing with the same thing you guys were dealing. And you know what? I'm very happy that she never, like, they broke up. I'm very happy they broke up because it's just like it wouldn't work. And the fact that that man, because the thing is, like, Lorna looks like a child, and then you see her ex-boyfriend. Her ex-boyfriend looked grown as hell. I'm like, who is this man? I was like, who is this man? Who this man? He looked grown as hell. Who are you, sir? Who are you? Anyways, so she got jealous, and she would like not overreact, but she wouldn't allow him to even speak. She was like, "Oh no, fuck you," and she would run away crying and having a pity party. I'm like, girl, you don't even like. Why do you make such a like not a big deal? It's just she makes it so big, and she doesn't allow to hear Gil, even though I wouldn't do it as well because Gil, you ain't shit. I have a doll of him, but I'm just like, yo, your doll is so cool, but you ain't shit. The character ain't shit. No, wrong. I think that's just my main problem with them. And oh, also, a diferencia de de las demás pareja, and I'll give you translation just in case, because I sometimes speak Spanish as well. But what I meant to say is, uh, the difference between them, and the rest of the couples is that Laguna and Gil, they don't respect each other's kind of like culture. They don't bother to respect each other's culture. Like Laguna tries to respect his culture, but Gil doesn't even try. Gil's like, "Oh no, y'all are monsters. Ooh, rah rah rah. I'm scared. I'm scared of the seawater. Rah." He, man, I was so disappointed, and I'm so sad for Laguna. Laguna was also disappointed. There was this one movie, I think it was Skull Shores, where Laguna was like, "Oh, I'm so happy you could meet my family," and he's like, "Oh, I don't want to meet your family. They're scary. The seawater's scary. There's monsters." I'm like, "Bitch, aren't you a monster? Like, what are you talking about? What? Are you crazy?" Also, okay, yeah, let me finish this one, and then I'll continue what I wanted to point out. So that was it. Like, he was just I was so shocked. The woman was too stunned to speak. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. But it's like, dude, what are you thinking? Like, you disappointed your girlfriend right there. You don't want to see her family? Are you crazy? No, boo boo, you gotta go. I would have just broken up with him right there. I'm like, we're not dating. Bye. You don't want to see my family? You're scared? Okay, goodbye. Bye. So what I wanted to say back like a few seconds ago was that Laguna, she really needs to get out of Monster High. Swear. She needs new friends. She needs new friends and she needs a new boyfriend. New goals, new aspirations, new ambitions. Because all of her friends ain't shit. The fact that in 13 Wishes, Lorena. Oh my god, I keep thinking about Lorena. Who's Lorena? Damn. It's Lorna. But it's not Lorna we're talking about. We're talking about Howleen, where she wishes that Laguna turns into a freshwater. And I was thinking, when I watched that scene, I was like, are you guys fucking with me? Who allowed this to happen? And it's so sad because Claudine wasn't there. Frankie wasn't there, Draculaura wasn't there. I'm pretty sure if they were there, they would have stopped that shit. They would have been like, no, you don't need to change for this wimpy ass man. You love yourself. If he doesn't love you, you move along. Move the fuck along. Cause they're no. And then Gil didn't bat an eye. Gil was ecstatic that she was herself. And then the moment that she lacked the kind of like her personality in some way, that's when he was like concerned. I would have been concerned the moment Howleen wished for her to be freshwater. Because the fact that Laguna's at the point where she needs to change her race in order to feel loved by this man, that's fucking crazy. That's insane to me. That's insane. That reeks of insecurity. And I really hope that in this, like in the newer seasons, in the new movie, that she finds herself. She finds herself, she loves herself, and she doesn't need Gil. She finds another man who will love her and only her and doesn't care about her race. Cause damn. Cause they make they're like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. She needs new friends though. That was raunchy as hell. The fact that Gil was okay with it. That's the thing that bothers me. Cause it was like he so called like quote unquote he loves Laguna for who she is, but didn't bat an eyelash. He didn't complain when she was freshwater. That says something. I'm like, you really didn't love her. You only liked I again like I mentioned before. I think he just liked that Laguna was saltwater so he could spite his family. That was it. And I'm gonna keep going along with that. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going along with that. And I think with that, I'ma finish this mini video. I'm gonna call it a mini video because it was just like a rant. I didn't have a lot to say about this, but it's just like a mini rant. If you like it, make sure you give it a like. Comment down what if you wanted to give more input on it. What do you think about the relationship? Who's your favorite couple? My favorite couple is Cleo and Deuce. They're the OGs. Okay, I'm an OG, OG. And also, I love. Oh, what was his name? Oh, Finnegan and Gigi. It's not a couple that you see in the movies, it's a couple that you see in the diaries. Okay, so, go check that out because I really love that couple. I even made a drawing about them. I'm gonna show it on the screen. I loved it. I made fan art of them because I thought that was the cutest shit ever. And I also want a Finnegan doll, okay? I want that fucking doll. And he's expensive sometimes, okay? As well as Gigi. But the I don't want the original Gigi because I don't like her outfit. I want the Gigi that's like the new school Gigi. I love that one. That was very cute. Very, very cute. Well, with that, I'm gonna leave you guys. Bye.